Today we're comparing the Audi TT Cup versus the Audi TT RS VLN, found in the Ready to Race pack from Assetto Corsa. We're at the Nurburgring using the full Grand Prix circuit, GT layout, 22 degrees temperature, 29 degrees track temperature under optimal conditions. So first up is the TT Cup, and straight out of the box, first thing I noticed was the car is extremely easy to drive. It's got a lot of grip, big tires, aerodynamics, and just not a lot of power. Only 310 horsepower, a little over 400 newton meters of torque, 1,125 kilograms of weight. Power to weight ratio is not outstanding, so you're just not going to get in trouble with too much throttle or anything like that. You're not going to get too much speed and overcook into corners and outbrake yourself. Really easy car to drive. I did find with cold tires that the steering was very, very light, so you had to get the tires to heat up before you really got some balance in the car. I also noticed that unusual to Assetto Corsa cars is that there's actually, the slip angles are very forgiving, so especially in the slower speed corners, you could put a lot of steering lock on it and the tires just keep on gripping, and you make the corners with quite a bit of speed. And it's all about momentum with this car. You got to try to keep the speed up as much as you can, because there's just no power to be forgiving. Gears, the transmission, a little weird. First and second gear are virtually useless, so third gear is almost useless for that matter. You're using fourth gear the most, and even on a car that just doesn't have a lot of speed in it, fourth and fifth are kind of your primary gears. I don't think this car would be very good on a big open track like Monza, because it just doesn't have the power and top speed to make it really that fun to me. But in the shorter circuits, I think this car is going to be a blast. You just rip around and have a good time, and away you go. So anyways, how fast is it? Well, let's find out. So we got some medium tires on the car, 25 liters in the tank, and let's go on board for a hot lap. Next up we have the TT RS, and this car is a different animal, which is to be expected. It has 390 horsepower, 530 newton meters of torque, almost the same weight, 1,120 kilograms, which gives it a better power to weight ratio. Tons of downforce on the car, and it has the big 305 millimeter wide Michelin slick tires, so there's lots of mechanical grip as well. Definitely drives differently than the Cup car. In fact, it was quite difficult to go back and forth between the two cars. This car drives a little more traditional to like a GT car. You have to steer it more with the pedals, with the gas pedal and brake pedal. But overall, it is still a very easy car to drive. I found that I had to do a lot more setup changes on this car to get it working towards my liking. I'd say both cars are set up by default towards understeer, so you have to work a little bit at that. I definitely changed the gear ratios a lot to get it to work around this track. The brakes are incredible. Yeah, I mean, both cars have ABS, so it is slam the brake pedal and let it do its thing. But yeah, the brakes are really, really good. Downshifts, equally as impressive. Hit the brakes, start hitting the paddles, and it downshifts when you want, and very, very quick. So those are two real highlights of the car. It's still a little underpowered, of course. I think on the full Nordschleife circuit, I think this car would definitely be a fun car to drive, which kind of is why it has the name, the VLN name in it. So obvious advantages with this car compared to the other one. It does have a 2.5 liter 5-cylinder, but it does sound like a V10, which I dig it. I don't know if it's accurate or not, but I like it. But how fast is this car? Obviously, it's going to be a lot faster than the Cup car. But let's put the 25 liters in the tank, medium tires, and let's go see how fast it is.